When the land cracks open, rivers retreat into memory, and the sun becomes an unrelenting tyrant. Most life withers. But some species don't just survive drought, they master it. Imagine standing in a desert where rain hasn't fallen in years. No shade, no surface water, no mercy. And yet, beneath your feet or just beyond the horizon, life is holding its breath, waiting, adapting, enduring. These are the quiet champions of survival, the most resilient animal species on Earth when water becomes a luxury. Consider the almost mythic endurance of the tardigrade. Invisible to the naked eye, this microscopic creature can dry out completely, losing nearly all its body water, entering a state called cryptobiosis. In this suspended animation, it curls into a tiny barrel shape and shuts down its metabolism to nearly zero. Months can pass, even years. Then, with a single drop of water, it reanimates and carries on as if nothing happened. For an organism so small, its resilience borders on science fiction, surviving not just drought, but the vacuum of space and lethal radiation. When it comes to dehydration, it doesn't endure. It simply pauses life itself. In the vast deserts of Africa and Asia, the towering camel has become the universal symbol of drought resistance. But the truth of its endurance is even more astonishing than legend suggests. Camels can lose up to 25% of their body weight in water, levels that would kill most mammals, without suffering fatal consequences. Their red blood cells are oval-shaped, allowing blood to flow even when thickened by dehydration. They can drink massive quantities of water in minutes, restoring balance with astonishing speed. Even their humps, often mistaken for water storage, hold fat that can be metabolized into both energy and metabolic water. In landscapes where wells run dry and temperatures soar above 40 degrees Celsius, camels remain steady, deliberate, and alive. Then there's the kangaroo rat, a tiny desert rodent that has taken water conservation to an entirely different level. It lives in some of the driest regions of North America and may never drink liquid water in its entire life. Instead, it extracts moisture metabolically from the seeds it consumes. Its kidneys are biological marvels, producing urine so concentrated that almost no water is wasted. By staying in cool underground burrows during the day and emerging only at night, it minimizes evaporative loss. In a world where water defines survival, the kangaroo rat has eliminated the need to seek it altogether. In Australia's harsh interior, the thorny devil survives drought with a design that looks almost engineered. Its skin is covered in tiny grooves that channel water directly to its mouth through capillary action. Even morning dew or damp sand can provide enough moisture to sustain it. This small reptile can absorb water through its skin and transport it without moving a muscle. In a place where rainfall is rare and unpredictable, every droplet counts, and the thorny devil wastes none. Deep underground in Africa, the African lungfish employs one of the most dramatic drought survival strategies known in vertebrates. When ponds dry up, it burrows into the mud and secretes a mucus cocoon around itself. Inside this hardened shell, it enters a state of dormancy called estivation. Its metabolism slows drastically, and it can remain encased for months or even years until rains return. While the surface world bakes and cracks, the lungfish waits patiently beneath, alive but suspended, a time traveler in mud. In the Sonoran Desert, the desert tortoise demonstrates resilience through patience and storage. It spends up to 95% of its life in burrows to escape the heat. During rare rainfall events, it drinks deeply and stores water in its bladder, sometimes retaining it for long periods. Remarkably, it can even reabsorb water from its bladder to prevent dehydration. Slow-moving and unassuming, the desert tortoise survives not through speed or aggression, but through disciplined conservation. Across Africa's arid savannas, the oryx challenges what we assume mammals require. Oryx can tolerate body temperatures that would incapacitate most other hoofed animals. Instead of sweating excessively, they allow their internal temperature to rise during the day, reducing water loss. Specialized blood vessel structures help cool the brain while the body runs warmer, protecting vital functions. They can go long stretches without direct water, deriving moisture from the plants they consume. Under a blazing sun, they stand resilient, physiologically engineered for scarcity. Not all drought survivors are large or charismatic. The Namib desert beetle survives in one of the driest places on Earth by harvesting fog. At dawn, it climbs sand dunes and tilts its body into the wind. Its shell is textured with hydrophilic bumps that attract water droplets from fog, which then roll down into its mouth. It drinks from the air itself. In an ecosystem where rainfall may be nearly absent, it has found another source entirely, rewriting the definition of water access. Meanwhile, in ephemeral desert pools, the spadefoot toad survives through explosive timing. Most of its life is spent buried underground, in a state of dormancy, sometimes for years. When heavy rains finally arrive, it emerges rapidly, breeds in temporary pools, and lays eggs that hatch within days. The entire life cycle accelerates to beat evaporation. Before the water disappears again, a new generation burrows underground, waiting for the next storm. Survival here is not about constant endurance, but about seizing rare opportunity with astonishing speed. Finally, in the arid landscapes of southern Africa, the meerkat demonstrates social resilience. While not as physiologically extreme as some others, meerkats endure drought through cooperation. Living in tight-knit groups, they share sentinel duties, protect food sources, and coordinate burrow construction to maintain cooler underground temperatures. Their diet includes insects and small animals that provide moisture, reducing reliance on open water. In harsh conditions, teamwork becomes a survival tool as vital as any biological adaptation. From microscopic suspension to fog harvesting, from metabolic wizardry to cooperative living, these species reveal that resilience is not one single strategy, but a spectrum of innovation shaped by evolution. Drought strips ecosystems down to their harshest truths. Only those that can bend, pause, store, burrow, or endure remain. In their stories, we see life refusing to surrender, rewriting the rules of survival in landscapes where water is rare and every drop is destiny.